Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an incredible day today. So we are doing something a little different in a different location, so many new things. Welcome to my junior year dorm. I know it's October, but welcome nonetheless. I could do a dorm tour if you want one. I didn't do one last year. I have made so many videos on why last year me and YouTube were not best friends, so that is why. I actually filmed it, just never posted it, and now that file is gone because my computer, well, she's gone. So yeah, lots of things have happened since we last spoke. But yeah, this is my dorm now, and this isn't like the most exciting setup, I know. Like, all of my pillows are basically like white and light pink, so everything's kind of washed out except for me, so I'm just really shining bright. I'm so stoked to be able to talk to you guys today about my top thrifting tips. Now, I have to give you some credibility here, because why would you trust me? Why would you believe that I have dope tips? I'll tell you why. Because one, I've been thrifting for like on and off 3 or 4 years. The past like, I don't know, year or so, very on. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, I work in a thrift store. So I know a lot of different little tips and tricks, at least for the chain that I work for. So that will definitely help you guys out. So I'm gonna have some more obvious tips, if you will, and then some, I feel like, more tailored tips for like actually thrifting well that people don't really talk about. So just kind of stick with me. There's some that you are probably like, duh, and others that you're probably like, I had never thought about that, had no idea, you know, etc. So the first one I have for you guys is to thrift in every section and size. Especially if you can kind of get away with maybe a size up or a size down. I know some people are always like, I am strictly a size 7 in shoes, or I'm strictly a size medium in dresses or shirts, something like that. Like, people are very strict with sizes. For me, I'm like, I can fit in a 10 size shoe, an 11 shoe. I know, my feet, I'm tall. I swear, like, works out, but I feel like you can kind of, at least people like me can kind of get away with a little bit bigger, not really smaller, but I normally can size up in a lot of things and it still be okay. So roughly, I'm a medium in like everything. Thrift shopping, I normally also look in the large sections for basically everything. Like right now, I'm wearing a large sized sweater, men's. So it just really does depend on, you know, the brand, the maker, the fabric, the material, like all these different things. It always really does depend on everything. And I feel like when you're thrifting, there's no way to curate, oh, well, like this shirt's gonna be smaller, this one's gonna be bigger. So that's why you should just look and take your time. The next tip I have for you guys is take your time. You have to go into thrift shopping knowing it might take 20 minutes and it might take an hour, 2 hours, possibly 3 or 4. So you just have to go in with an open mind. Honestly, don't really set up many plans for that day. Maybe bring a friend or two, or I don't know, someone that enjoys to thrift, just so it's not so like stressful or like, why am I not finding anything? Just all that kind of stuff. That's never fun. Oh, and talking about the whole shopping in every section thing, again, I shop in the men's section quite often. This sweater, like I said, is a men's sweater. It's not thrifted, but it was my brother's. Same thing, I guess. So I guess don't be limited to, oh, I'm a girl, so I'm going to shop in the girl section, or I'm a guy, I'm going to shop in the guy section. And honestly, a lot of girls I've seen on YouTube are super, super tiny and can shop in the kids section. That is where I draw the line, because I physically could not fit in anything. I think a kid's shirt on me would be like the size of my thigh, so that really wouldn't work out super well, but some people can get away with a bunch of different sizes. So don't limit yourself in terms of, oh, I always shop in the women's section. Don't limit yourself. Go to the men's section if you're small enough, or feel like you find something that might work for your size, go in the kids section. And this is kind of going along the same lines for this next one, that things probably shrink. When someone donates something, more often than not, unless if it's new with tags, they have washed it and dried it multiple times. And who knows, some things that you're buying may even have been previously thrifted before they were even in this thrift store. So just keep that in mind. You know, if you put a certain dress or shirt or pair of pants in the dryer when you buy them new and you're not supposed to, that size will shrink. So once again, don't limit yourself in terms of oh, I'm always a medium or I'm always a small, I will never go a size up. You know, this is not a retail store in terms of brand new stock. This is a used clothing store. So people have already lived in it, washed it, dried it. If you're a medium like me, you could honestly go in the small section and find a decent amount of things that are kind of stretched out and oversized because someone has lived in them for a little bit. So that's something to consider too. Things might have, you know, shrunk in the dryer and other things may have been stretched out from wear. You never really know. And honestly, I feel like that's kind of what makes thrifting so fun. Like, you never know what you're gonna find, you never know what's gonna happen. I don't know, I think it's so exciting. Like, it's just looking for a treasure hunting. Moving on. Another tip I have is to see the potential. Don't just walk in a store and look at everything at face value. You have to know that what you're seeing, since it's only, you know, a few dollars, you can make it into something that you want to wear or that you've seen in stores or like whatever. Like, I bought a pair of mom jeans and they had no holes, no rips, nothing in them, and I've been dying for this pair of Urban Outfitters jeans, so I just DIY'd them myself. And it's not the exact same thing, obviously, they're not the same jeans, but it's so similar and it gave me that effect and that look. That's what I wanted. So I think don't limit yourself and just say, oh, that's a pair of jeans with no holes, I want a pair of jeans with holes, move past them. Look at them, you can cut them up, and if something goes horribly wrong, you can make them into shorts, or you scrap it and you don't actually do anything with it, but it was only a few dollars. Honestly, I feel like it's kind of fun for that, so don't be limited. Don't be limited too. Moving on. Why do I keep doing that? For my next tip, if something has a stain on it or it's somehow damaged and you think the price doesn't reflect how it looks, go ask someone in the store. Walk up to an employee and say, yo, I saw this, it has some like rip, tear, stain on it. Why is it $12.99? Do you think I could get it for a cheaper price? More often than not, they will give it to you for half off or a few dollars off of it. Because sometimes, you know, when they're tagging things in the back room, they may look at it and not realize that there's something wrong with it, or there's a stain on it, or there's a tear in it, and they'll mark it for maybe $12, $10, $8, something like that, which is more like higher end for thrift stores. I mean, $20 is normally like in a thrift store pretty crazy, but you know, for like more like shirts, dresses, that's kind of like the higher range for those items. So just ask them, say, just wondering why it was this price, and could you possibly do anything to lower it just because it is damaged in this way? See what they say. Normally, they'll give you the scoop. I'm so weird. My next tip is kind of something similar, talking about prices. Don't walk into a thrift store and see a shirt for $1.50 and buy it just because it's a shirt for $1.50. Don't get caught up in the sale aspect of it. Don't get caught up in the FOMO of, oh my god, if I don't buy this though, someone else might buy it. You know, genuinely consider what you're buying and think of it as if it is a little bit more expensive. Say, like, if this was in a Target or Forever 21 or even more high end of a store, would I actually still buy this? I think thinking about the quality of a piece as well as thinking about the functionality in your life and the potential, that is important. And I don't think that you can just completely go, like, put all that aside and be like, it's only $1, I have to buy it. You have to just like kind of ground yourself a little bit. And I think once you've gone to the thrift store a few times, you see those prices and you kind of, you know, you don't really think much of them anymore because yes, it is a good deal, but you're not so enticed because you've seen that before. Those prices will happen again for some pieces, and sometimes it's something that you actually do want, other times it's not, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, I know a lot of people think it's kind of gross to try on thrifted clothing before they buy it and wash it, and I get where you're coming from. I don't think it's necessarily the most like clean, like germ-free experience, but if something does look decent and doesn't look like anyone has freshly worn it, which fingers crossed they washed it before donating, try it on, especially if you're looking at something and it's more tailored or it's a pair of jeans. you know, denim shorts, a jacket maybe, or I don't know, if it's something that you think may not work, just try it on. Go home, take a shower, get some hand sanitizer in your car, like, just, I would personally go through the effort of trying on. I know a lot of thrift stores don't do returns, they don't give money back, some only exchange items, so if you're one of those people that likes to be a smart shopper, just try it on first. Yes, it's not like the most glamorous experience, but just be smart about what you're trying on. And honestly, if something is so ew that you wouldn't even want to try it on, probably don't even buy it, honestly. And every time I go home, I always wash my clothes like right away. I take all the tags off and wash them. That's why for my thrift hauls, I'm always like, I don't really know the price, because that was like kind of like one of those dances that people did in middle school that I never learned. But I never know the price of my thrift hauls because I wash everything right away, and I don't know. It just weirds me out a little bit too much, but I definitely do try on everything that I want before I buy it, just so I don't have to go the hassle of returning or exchanging or possibly having a final sale item that I don't even like. My last tip is to go in with an open mind. You can't walk in there saying, I want to buy this shirt, possibly even from this kind of a brand, or these pair of pants from Levi's. Can't go into that with extreme expectations, because more often than not, you're not going to find what you're looking for. It's not something that you can go online and search a lot about. You have to walk into the store and actually see what's in front of you. So just know that, yes, you can walk in and say, I'm trying to look for a winter jacket and I'm trying to look for the Adidas track pants, but you can't walk in there and say, I'm going to find these pieces. Be determined, that's cool, but like, sometimes it's not going to work out. And that's just the thrift game. Oh, and also the last thing that I forgot to mention, find out how the thrift store stocks things. On each rack, find out where they put the newest items versus the oldest. Everyone, or at least the thrift store I work at, has like a precise system. So try to see where they're putting the newest things, or even just ask an employee, hey, on the rack, where do you put the newer items? That's something to know, to look forward to, and to go through, because that's where you'll see like possibly the better brands because they haven't been as picked over yet. That's something to note. And also, I'm thinking of so many off the top of my head at this point, but also sign up maybe for their emails to see when they're having discounts or deals or sales. Yes, working at a thrift store for a sale day is kind of terrifying, but it's fine. It's fun to see like people literally spend $400 and walk out with everything for about $200. And that much at a thrift store is crazy. So to spend $400 and save $200 is like a lot. So yeah, definitely sign up for those kinds of things, maybe a rewards program. Just kind of basically ask an employee what the tea is about that entire situation, how you can get the most bang for your buck. Yeah, just kind of find out their little points system if they have one, because that's definitely the most beneficial for you as a shopper. These were just some of my tips that I have. If you want me to possibly do a part 2 to this or talk about more thrifting topics, let me know what they would be. I think I really want to kind of make my channel a little bit more of a thrifting channel. I don't know, don't hold me to it, but I'm thinking, you know, doing more thrift hauls and stuff. I actually have so many clothes I thrifted over the past few months that's so collective, it's crazy. And I can't wait to share them with you guys. I'm literally looking over and just seeing like a million of them right now in my closet. Let me know in a comment below as well. Do you want me to do one long thrift haul, or would you rather me break it up into some mini ones, maybe like 10 minutes each or so? Let me know in a comment below, because I'm not sure. I'm kind of torn. That's why I haven't filmed it yet, because I don't know if I want to do like a 30-minute long thrift haul or like a few 10-minute ones here and there. So let me know below also what else you want to see from me, and thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, comment, thumbs up, and all that jazz. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.